I call
Speaker.
Jan Logie.
I rise
A 5-minute call, sorry. Yes.
on this, the Arts Centre of Christchurch Trust Bill and its third reading, and which has unanimous support in this House, including from the Green Party. This bill is, and I'd also just like to acknowledge the Honourable Nikki Wagner, who is the National Party member for Christchurch Central, and for bringing this bill to the House. It's a bill that was originated by the Trust Board itself from a proposal that they took to the member, and that was a result of a quite comprehensive review and consultation, and that the development and the drafting of this bill was also done in collaboration with key stakeholders and Crown Law and the Ministry for Culture and Heritage. So it's lovely for the House to have the opportunity to consider bills that's come from the community in concept and in design, and it's wonderful to be able to offer our support for that, particularly in Christchurch at this time, to have the opportunity for this House to consider and help progress the needs as identified and developed by the community itself. And it's sad that it's in such sharp contrast to some of the design plans that have been coming out of the council and through the government, and that do not meet the needs of that community. What this bill, basically some of the key parts of this bill and what it does is shift the structure of the governance board from a representative structure to a skills-based structure, and limits the terms of membership on that committee from 9 years down to 6, which will help keep freshness to that committee, I guess, is the hope of that, and ensure that all the members of the committee have the skills to be able to best meet the needs of the Arts Centre, that very precious national resource that I'm sure anyone who has been to Christchurch absolutely adores and appreciates, and that we recognise has been part of what has defined the heart of Christchurch and has drawn so many people from all around the world to Christchurch. The Arts Centre, which consists of 24 heritage buildings, and the first one dating back to 1876, and were built progressively over time right through to 1923, and are just so distinctive and so beautiful, and those stone buildings that mark the heart of Christchurch. So we're very, very pleased to be supporting this bill and the governance and the protection of the restoration of that. It's been noted in the House already that the restoration project, this is apparently the largest heritage rebuild project in the world at the moment. $290 million going into it over a 7-year period, that is due to be completed in 2019. And it's right that this House provide the best possible governance structure for the oversight of that rebuild and the future of this taonga. And I know it seems a little bit mean-spirited of me to bring it up, but it is in contrast to the lack of protection for some of the other heritage buildings in the centre of Christchurch, where we've lost 200 other significant heritage buildings alongside Cranmer Court and the Majestic Theatre, and buildings that sat alongside the Arts Centre and created this soul to the centre of the city, at least in the colonial centre of the city of Christchurch. So we are finally just so pleased to have the opportunity to provide protection for at least one small part of that city, and the heritage nature of the city. It's a shame we weren't able to do it and provide it for the rest of the city. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.